Welcome, viewers, subscribers, cigar aficionados, and Habanos enthusiasts. Today is a very special day on the Dr. Joe Show, because today we will be doing something that I have been planning and plotting, researching on for a long time now. We will be diving into the wonderful yet mysterious world of La Gloria Cubana, one of the oldest surviving pre-revolution brands on the market today, with a very long existence, yet a brief, mysterious history. This brand has very, very few cigars left, yet has been kept alive by some of the more modern regional edition limited releases. So, we will be releasing a series of episodes within our standard review series that together will form what I like to call La Gloria Cubana, the series. We will be looking at the standard vitolas that are left in the line today. We will be looking at and smoking some aged La Gloria Cubana vitolas. And then we will be looking at, of course, many, if not all, of the more modern regional edition releases that have kept the brand afloat. There is, of course, no better way to start such a mission than with one of the most famed and prized vitolas, thankfully, that they have left us with, the wonderful Medaille d'Or number 2. This is the Dr. Joe Show. Show Cigar Review episode number 26, and tonight we dive into, as you were just introduced, our little brief introduction, into a brand new mini-series within our Cigar Review series, all about La Gloria Cubana. I have collected over the years enough La Gloria Cubana releases, actually all of the post-revolution releases, within the last 10-15 years, so that we may do an entire series of this wonderful, wonderful cigar that grows more and more obscure over the years. It's what I refer to as one of my specialty brands. We all have specialty brands. After a while, as we, and when I say we, all the smokers out there, cigar smokers, get further and further into the world of cigars, we end up with personal specialty brands, brands that we know better than all the other brands because we actually favor them. We have more of an interest in them. There are 27 or so Cuban cigar brands, post-revolution Cuban cigar brands on the market today. To say that I know everything about every single one of them would be a bunch of bullshit. I don't. I know a little about everything, a lot about some brands, but not everything about all brands. La Gloria Cubana happens to be one of my more niche brands as far as the way I like to smoke. Now, as we get into these reviews from episode 25, we do have plenty more Cuban cigar brands to cover. We covered about a third of them, believe it or not. And as we go on, the brands we start to cover become more and more obscure as far as history is concerned. Some haven't been around very long at all. Some have very few releases and very, very brief histories. So our episodes are going to get a little shorter, and I think that's also a good thing. As we've been doing these reviews, some of our recent episodes have been so full of information that it's great for people who are interested in that kind of thing, and we will continue to do that with new brands and certain things. But I also think it's cool if we do a number of different reviews that go a little quicker, which is a must because there really isn't so much information about them. So instead of spending 3 hours, or well, it's never 3, but 2 hours with our La Gloria Cubana Medaille number 2, we're going to spend a little time with it and then spend time with each of the subsequent releases that we are going to introduce in this La Gloria Cubana mini-series. However, we'll probably spend the most time during this cigar because we will also be talking about, in this very episode, brand history in order to introduce La Gloria Cubana. But I assure you, the brand history there's really not much there. I did my best to dig around and get up as much information as I could about the brand. But things being the way they are, there really isn't a lot to tell. There are some maybes that we'll go over, some of those little connections we make because of things we know from past episodes and say, oh, maybe this, maybe that, but a lot of uncertainties, so to speak. So, let's light up our cigar, see how the pre-draw is. This is the La Gloria Cubana Medaille number 2. It is one of the 2 standard production Vitolas left in the line today. Very sad. We will talk about that and how all of that happened. It has always been a connoisseur's delight, and it's really, I don't know, we'll talk about it. I think it's really kind of Cohiba is Cuba's flagship brand. That's, Cohiba is Habanos S.A.'s, let me rephrase that, Habanos S.A.'s flagship brand. But in a sense, La Gloria Cubana is their private flag for all Cuban cigars. I think they keep it around for almost sentimental reasons. We're going to talk about that. Anyway, the Medaille number 2, an amazing cigar, a fairly hard to get cigar these days. As the years go on, it becomes harder and harder to get because the number they produce does not go up, and the number of people becoming interested in the cigar does go up. So it gets harder and harder to get. They produce less and less. So our Medaille number 2 that we have here with us tonight is from September 2011, factory code OGA if you're interested, which makes it exactly 2 years and 9 months old. Well, very approximately 2 months and 9 years old. So, definitely way out of the sick period range. They smell very good, but not exactly where I'd like them to be. Either way, we're going to try it out and see where it is. LGCs are one of those cigars that have been proven over the years to be great candidates for aging. They have also been a cigar that is known to be fairly green when they come out of the factory right off the bat. Let's give our guy a pre-draw here. Cut off a nice little chunk. I want to get in there. Oh, wow. It tastes like sweet bread. It tastes like, you know that bread they make on Easter, that they stick the egg in there, the hard. If you celebrate Easter, or if you've ever seen it, it's like a glazed bread that they put traditionally a colored hard-boiled egg sticking out of it as like decoration, but you can't actually eat it. This tastes so much like that. I know it's a funny description, but yeah, big time notes of sweet bread, baker's spices, like I always say, allspice kind of, clove, not really clove, honey, definitely honey, a lot of gramminess. Especially on the filler, the tongue on the filler, but very, very nice, sweet, more than I expected, you know? Well, I've smoked some great LGCs, and this one tastes fantastic so far. This is, I could really... No ammonia, zero, way out of the sick period, as we said. These did come in with a slight hint of that, and I let them sit for a while. You know, and the wrappers, I could tell, I have pictures when I first got these, and now I'm going to take pictures again for the show, and they have developed this beautiful, beautiful, crystally, what they call plume. But it's so evident on this cigar that I think that means it's really aging well. It's much more oily than when I first got them. The oils have really come through. It's a decent vitola, decent ring gauge, but not overly thick. So the oils can get through after a few years. That's one of the things you want in aging, all the oils to work their way through all the tobacco. All the different tobaccos in the blend mingle, or the essential oils of those different tobaccos become married, creating the unique flavor and aroma of the cigar. What a wonderful, wonderful pre-draw. Like, it's like I'm waking it up, you know, because I let that box sit 2 years without touching it, not even touching it, not even opening it, just in the Boveda bag, threw an extra pack in once. But now on opening that box, when I first opened the box, the aroma was kind of faint, but the oil's coming out now, and when I'm just kind of like rubbing it a little bit, and then, oh, it's just really waking up. I love these. I love these. So we're gonna light it up. I wouldn't say the cigar is underfilled, but I would say it's fairly delicately filled. So I want to be careful here. I got a massive flame coming off this match. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Oh. Wow. I just put some through my nose and got these unbelievable floral notes. A little bit of pepper, a little teeny bit of spice, like, but smooth as silk. Oh, wow. That is delicious. That is a Cuban cigar, man. That's why I love these. Even only after 2 years, 9 months, almost 3 years, these things are becoming incredible. After 4 years, I would wait like 4.5 years, you're going to have an amazing group of cigars. Leather. Leather and floral notes mixed together with a tiny bit of spice. Graham, honey, baker's spices, all mixed in with that. Fairly complex, because I'm getting almost 2 different profiles going on here. And do you see that draw? What a draw. What a draw. Single pull, no double puff. For a length, this is a cigar, my friends. I think we have something nice here. I think we have something nice here. And this is a mild to medium cigar. 3-4 puffs in, and I'm already feeling it. Just like so relaxed. Like everything just went. And for me to be saying that, may not seem like a lot to you, but you would have to have been with me from the moment I woke up today to understand just how amazing that is. Think about a day where you were forced to do just everything you didn't want to do and had absolutely not a fucking second to yourself on your only day off, knowing that you have to go back to work tomorrow. All of that just fucking washed away. Creamy, silky, elegant, illustrious. And this isn't even like an aged LG. It's not even like, I have a couple that are fucking 15 years old. I have one from 1997. I'm working on obtaining a box from 1998, which is really cool because it's a special year to me. But there are very few out there, my friends. When I first started buying Cuban cigars, I hate the collecting misnomer of buying Cuban cigars, the market was loaded with fucking old boxes of La Gloria Cubana. Loaded! Then all of a sudden, I don't know what exactly happened. I think it was the brand was nothing but a few Vitolas left, and then around 2000, I want to say 10, but it was 10 or 12. Everybody knew that they said they were discontinuing it completely. They said, we're going to can it. And the few Vitolas that were still available from the Medaille series weren't available that year. So everybody freaked out and thought they completely canned La Gloria Cubana. And that year, I think that's what happened. All the boxes from 97, 98, there were boxes from 95 just sitting in these cigar sections online, aged cigars. We're going to talk about that. I think some people, connoisseurs and stuff, are kind of upset that so many people discovered this whole Cuban cigar online thing, because it's impossible. There used to be Davidoffs. I used to pass them up. I didn't know any better. I just started and they were so expensive. I passed up boxes of aged Davidoffs. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. This is a wonderful, wonderful cigar. Okay, I could sit here all day and just tell you how wonderful this is. I think I gave you a pretty good idea of what I got off the pre-draw and the light. Amazing, amazing floral aroma through the nose. Tiny, tiny bit of spice. Very, very complex, elegant profile. It's like two different profiles at once. You have one profile that's woody, leathery, a lot of cedar, some spice, kind of like maybe almost Monte-ish, like Monte Cristo-ish, but then you have a whole nother side that's all graham and honey and spices and almost like a Partagas short or a Ramon Alones maybe, like a El Rey del Mundo. El Rey del Mundo reminds me a little bit of that. Every draw I take in, just one single puff, I'm getting the same type of floral notes that I remember getting from the Partagas Salamones, the LCDH Salamones that came out. Very, very similar. That type of floral. Because whenever I put it through the nose, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to say very floral. And it is. But there are a whole bunch of different types of floral. It's just very hard to describe one from another. They're distinguishable to the point where, if you remember with the San Cristobal, I was smoking that and all of a sudden went, wow, that tastes like a Gloria Mensos. Well, this, the floral, which makes sense because the Partagas Salamones were made in the Partagas factory before it closed, and these would have been too. Very, very just, I can't even put my finger on it, man. Okay, we got to get started. I'm sorry, but that's a Cuban cigar. That is a Cuban cigar. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. We're going to have basically all of the cigars from La Gloria Cubana that have come out over the past decade. Of course, we're gonna have the number 4, the only other existing cigar in the regular line. But then we're gonna work our way down the line of regional edition releases that have come out, including the Gloriosos, which was the first in 2008 for the United Kingdom, and the regional edition Cuba, the Deliciosos from the jar. We'll have the La Gloria Velux. We'll even have the Inmensos, the La Casa del Habano Inmensos. So there are a lot of little cigars we want to review in this mini-series. So let's get on with our brand history and just keep smoking this absolutely wonderful cigar. Look at that draw. Look at that burn. Look at that burn. Wow. Magnificent. Magnificent. Where's my brand history? I lost my whole episode. Say goodnight, Max.